something, nothing for nothing, something for 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 something, nothing for nothing. Corruption, corruption, corruption in the society. Corruption, corruption, corruption in the society. Corruption, corruption, corruption in the society. Can't get away with corruption. Watch out, my friend. They're gonna get you. You gonna run away from justice.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Zimbabweans, depending on where you are. Thank you so much for joining us here. Change Radio Special Program, Change Radio Special Edition, where we're talking about the gold mafia. We're talking about the Dandahead presidents, talking about the Dandahead ministers, and we're talking about the pastor mafia, mafias in Zimbabwe. Please do share this video with as many people as possible so that we can have this discussion together. We are live here on Change Radio, the radio itself, Change Radio, YouTube, Change Radio, Facebook. We are also live on ZimEye. Yes, you know, when there is something going on, Change Radio will always come up with a program. It's not a day for Padare Namambo Sose, but we are doing Padare Namambo Sose because there's been special circumstances. We have always been telling Zimbabweans that, yes, it's not sanctions, it's a corruption. And ZANU-PF has always been saying, where is the evidence? The evidence is here. We bring the evidence to you. Aljazera has brought the evidence to you. So let's talk about these gold mafias. Barbara, thank you so much for being here to help us dissect and discuss this very important issue. Please, sanganane vateereri vedu vari pano.
Yebo. Ngiyabonga Chief Shoshe, lingabe lavuka njani, latshona njani mthwakazi omuhle. Sesihlangana njalo kuhlelo lwethu olwansuku zonke. Namhlanje sibuya le ndaba echisayo, indaba eyobugwelegwele, indaba yobusela obenzakalayo kuZANU-PF. Betshontsha izimali, betshontsha igolide. Igolide lenu phela balaleli, leli litshontshwayo leli, behambisa kwamanye amazwe, thina lapha sidubeka lapha eZimbabwe. So namhla sithe sibuye sizocubungula ngokugcweleyo, ingxenye abanye benu azange likubone okwenzakala izolo, indaba ephume ku-Aljazera ikhipha ngokugcweleyo ama-11 ukuthi imali kumbe igolide lethu likhitshwa njani phandle kwamanye amazwe okungekho emthethweni, liwatshwa njani, ukuthiwa khona kuthiwa liklinwa njani igolide leli ukuthi libuye sokungaza imali yakhona nxa isibuye eZimbabwe yenze ngathiwa yimali right, yona iyimali engekho right. Kusenzwa i-corruption le sihlala silitshela ngayo ukuthi khona into ebulala ilizwe leZimbabwe ayisiyo ma-sanctions, yi-corruption. Namhla ke sibuye le evidence egcweleyo eyokuthi okubulala ilizwe leZimbabwe yi-corruption, Chief, not sanctions.
Yes, it's indeed, it's not sanctions, it's corruption. And, you know, if you did get a chance to watch this Aljazera documentary, then you don't need any encouragement. You don't need any more evidence. This is the evidence that we have been talking about. nyika yaputswa nevene vayo. Vana vari kuba imbavha. That's what we should just say in summary. Imbavha vari kuba vauraya nyika. Hakuna umwe munhu auraya nyika. Hakuna chimwe chinhu chauraya nyika kunze kwekubiwa kuri kuita mari. We're going to show you here some snippets of the documentary, and then we'll get into it. We'll start talking about it. Leo, you can play that from the beginning. I mean, then after the snippet, we can get right into it.
On that position, I'm number 2. And there's no position like that in the country. It was just one position that was never filled in. And
This is an uncover report.
Yeah, it's breaking out, Leo. Can you fix that? I don't know if you, Barbara, can you hear the documentary well?
She's posing
Leo,
as
you can
Mr.
remove that
Stanley's
and, you can
finance.
fix it. Yeah, we'll come back and play that. But where you were seeing there, that's a pastor or apostle or the gold dealer, Angel Hubert, speaking, telling everyone, that he was number 2 in the country, which means that he's number 2 to Emmerson Mnangagwa, which means he was given express authority to sign deals on behalf of Zimbabwe, to accept deals on behalf of Zimbabwe, to negotiate deals on behalf of Zimbabwe. Where have you ever seen that? Such a recklessness. And we are also going to show you a video where Emmerson Mnangagwa was saying he trained Angel Hubert. He trained him so that he could become a diplomat. He was so proud of him. But if you play that video again, you will see that this was not a man on a diplomatic mission. This was a man who was, and maybe who is still on a looting mission. And it's really bad coming from a pastor. I don't know what the followers of Hubert are saying right now. I've been at his page. Barbara, kana waenda pachurch here, Angel Hubert. There are still, very sadly, some Zimbabweans that are defending this crook, this mafia, this cruel person, who is depriving Zimbabwe or Zimbabweans of their riches. They're defending him.
Said, Chief. I also want Leo to play that part where Hubert Angel was saying, "Kuti elections are useless. Don't waste your time doing politics. And concentrate and focus on Jesus." And yet he is focusing on gold. That's what they do. This church chief religion is being now used to further suppress the people of Zimbabwe, or maybe let me say the people of Africa. The dictators are using all the institutions, including the church chief, to suppress the people. Hanzi kuvhota kuna basa, it will not change anything. That's why I've always said, Chief Kuti, the church is letting us down. The church is letting us down, because if all Christians were to vote, Chief, we know Zimbabweans are more than 50% of the Zimbabweans are Christians. Maybe 50% Itorishoma or 75%. But tell you what, those people don't vote, Chief. Indakazvionera when I was in Zimbabwe. I will tell you later what I did the other year. So it's so sad, Kuti, the people still believe Kuti Hubert Angel is an angel, for sure. Even the Bushiri people, what did they do? We are Pastor Lukau, his followers, they were still adamant Kuti is the perfect prophet, and the people, African people, we are so gullible, Chief, that we are easily hoodwinked by this religion. You know, I've told people like my friends back home to say, here in the UK, you won't hear someone saying, seed, seed. And then if you seed, you will reap, what, or maybe gospel of prosperity. Ariko kunoku, there's no gospel of prosperity here, because anyone can prosper as long as you work, you prosper. There's no masalamusi here. But you must do this in order for you to do this. Ariko kunoku.
Right, Barbara. I also want you to comment on what has been happening on Twitter. You know, I think you've been on Twitter. You've seen what ZANU-PF Farakash are trying to do in trying to counter this. Of course, they are trying to throw a few people under the bus. But so far, we had one person who is being thrown under the bus, and that's Hubert Angel. I'm not defending him. I don't care about him. But we are not going to allow them to get away with throwing one or two individuals under the bus. And then after elections, those people are given other positions. We should not allow that, Zimbabweans. You know, it's the whole team, everyone who has been finger-pointed, everyone who was part of this looting, everyone who has been mentioned in this documentary, everyone who has contributed to this chicanery, to this corruption must go. They all must be thrown under the bus. And it's our duty, we Zimbabweans, to throw Emmerson Mnangagwa and everyone else under the bus. They deserve to go. My verdict is Emmerson Mnangagwa must resign. Everyone else who was a part of this corruption, they must resign. Nobody should come out scot-free. Barbara, your sentiments over what is happening on Twitter, where you're seeing, you know, ZANU-PF Varakashi trying to defend and, you know, throwing only one person under the bus.
Yes. Chief, before I even talk about the Varakashis, I just wanted to share what I saw yesterday on Twitter. You know, there were two spaces. I've never seen people flooding Twitter spaces like they did yesterday. There was another space which had about 2,000 people, and then when Hopewell opened his space, that one closed, and I saw there was one point where we were 9,000 people that were listening at that time. Not counting the ones vanenge vari kunze vaya vasina ma-Twitter handles, you know, they can also listen. I didn't check today how many people actually tuned in, but you know, they were I saw Zimbabweans uniting, you know, and people were saying this not we should not blame or should not expect the opposition to do something. We all have to do something. This is a Zimbabwean thing. This is a citizen thing. And, you know, people were united. And the Warakashis were there. They were given time, Chief, and they tried to sell their narrative to say it's Hubert Angel who is wrong. Vachida kumupina. But people kept saying he's not the one. And there's someone who is behind, and the someone is Mnangagwa. All this is happening because they are being protected by the president. So Mnangagwa is the chief culprit. If Hubert Angel is to go, the first culprit to go is Mnangagwa. And I'm happy, Chief Kuti, the campaign has already started on Twitter to say ED must resign. Atina basa na Hubert Angels is Kuti ED must resign because he is the president of Zimbabwe. Although he is a de facto president, he is the one who is responsible for all this. God did not say, Chief, Aripo, and it is the one who signs.
One of the country's highest.
Anima boys anotuma. So we are not going to touch on Hubert Angel. Isusu, we are going to anzikana uchida kuona chidoma. Mai wachidoma anzirowa mwana wacho. So Hubert Angel mwana wechidoma. Chidoma ndi ED.
That's very true. Leo, you can go ahead and play the video. I can see you're itching to play something.
representative of the president.
You are representing the president.
Yeah. So if you then look on paper on that position, I'm number 2. And there's no position like that in the country. It was just one position that was never filled in. And
It's created for you.
yeah, it was created.
So one and only one.
Miss Sin is another undercover reporter.
Right, Barbara and our listeners here, I don't care, and we should not care what Hubert Angel is saying. It's what he is not saying that is important. Yeah, he is saying, I am number 2. But what he is not saying is, I was given express authority by Emmerson Mnangagwa. I was given the power to do business on behalf of the people of Zimbabwe. Hubert Angel was negotiating on your behalf, Imimima citizens. Hubert Angel was selling our gold on your behalf because the gold doesn't belong to Emmerson Mnangagwa. The gold belonged to the people of Zimbabwe. And he was given that authority by someone. He was given that mandate by someone. And that someone is Emmerson Mnangagwa. And that's why I was laughing when Barbara was saying, Chidoma, Rova mwana wacho. Mwana wacho, Hubert Angel, ndo watiri kurova. Pachiri kuchema, takubva taona mai vacho. Mai vacho vachauya vachimhanya. But in this case, mai vacho havasi kuuya vachimhanya because he needs protection. So the idea here is to throw Hubert Angel under the bus. You're going to see in the next week or 2, they are really going to come hard on a few people. But we are not interested in that. We are interested in seeing everyone who has been robbing Zimbabwe, everyone who is taking away something from Zimbabwe, everyone who is stealing from the citizens, everyone who has been selling our gold illegally and pocketing the money. But Barbara and everyone else who is here, we want you to join in this discussion. Please do write on the comment section. Suppose, hypothetically, 30 years they've been stealing. They've been trying to circumvent sanctions because that's what they're going with on social media. Even the other lady who was speaking on VOA today, she was saying this was happening because there are sanctions. Supposedly, they were doing that for that reason. Where is the money? Mari yacho iri kuzoenda kupi? Matengesa gold using unorthodox means, unofficial means. You are transporting gold using illegal means. You are smuggling gold out of the country, under the pretext that you are trying to bust sanctions. Where is the money going? We know Smith was very smart in busting the sanctions that were there. That were, ironically, were called by ZANU-PF to be imposed on Ian Smith's government. He busted those sanctions, but he brought the money back. He built infrastructure. Roads were there. Everything was functioning during the Smith regime when they were under sanctions. Right now, they are doing this under the pretext of avoiding sanctions. Where is the money? That's the most important question that every Zimbabwean should be talking about. Mari yacho iri kuenda kupi? Yadzoka munyika ndokunge yadzoka because takaona kuti imwe yacho haisi kudzoka. Maybe vanozoshare naikoko. But that comes back in the country. Is it going? Is it serving the people of Zimbabwe? Is it being used for the purposes of building Zimbabwe? No. Where is the money? That's the question you should be asking Emmerson Mnangagwa and his people. Ingapi mali, Barbara? Mari kupi?
Yeah, that's the most painful part, Chief, that in as much as they're trying to justify the sanctions are the ones that are making us deal with the East. But where is the money, like we are saying, where is the money going to? The hospitals have got no drugs. The schools, they are dilapidated. They haven't built the schools. Since independence, there are pupils that are learning under trees, that are learning in squalid conditions. The roads, they are dilapidated. There's potholes everywhere. you know, the housing, you know, they haven't built houses for the people, chief. And I know my father got a house, rent to buy from the Rhodesian government. He had no money. He was, you know, he was just a driver, you know. Mari yavo vaihora yanga asingatomboiti kuti wapiwe mortgage, but my dad owns a house in town yavakawanda through rent, hanzi rent to buy, and those schemes, they are there in developing countries. But when these people got into power, what did they do for the people? Because we've got those that the socio-economic rights are the ones that are supposed to be provided by the government, whether vanoda kana kuti avadi. The government is supposed to provide the 8 socio-economic rights to the people. But if you look at our scenario, chief, you know, the government is failing to provide all those, because these rights, they involve one electricity, one housing, one education, right to life, right to employment, decent employment, not only employment, decent employment, you know, the right to electricity, right to water, clean water, not only water, but clean water. You know, they are failing to provide all those rights, chief. Right to social security, there's nothing. People's pensions, you know, they were eroded. You know, you work so hard. Like myself, I worked for 22 years. I've got nothing. I was given bond notes instead of my US dollars, and it's so painful. You know, social security, the social welfare department is dead, chief. People are suffering. Old people are suffering, the disabled are suffering, the vulnerable people, they are not even catered for. The ZANU government does not even care about the people. It's them in their pockets. That's the reason why you see them, wasinganyari, they come after every 5 minutes begging for votes. Did you see Dexter Nduna kneeling, you know, begging for votes? Where on earth have you ever seen a man kneeling? We know that kneeling is a role of women, African women, but we see Dexter Nduna kneeling, canvassing for votes from the people. He will go and then he'll come back after five years. Then he'll come again and kneel and give those people plastic dishes. You give them 2 cups of rice. You put your name and you ask for votes. That's an insult, chief. You know, this ZANU-PF government, I don't even know when our people are going to learn. Our people are going to see kuti apa tiri kuitiswa. I don't even know kuti even if chero chinzi chi, even if it's victimization. You know, I think we should try by all means to educate our rural folks. Enough is enough, chief. Vanhu vezano vanodhere. Ndakarwadziwa ndichiona vanhu vachipiwa madhishi eplastic, ivo vari busy vachiba gold, you know.
Yes, it's a few people that are benefiting from our resources, and it's painful. It's time for Zimbabweans to wake up. It's time for Zimbabweans to open their eyes. It's time that we talk about this, because I've already seen that there are other people that are talking about this, but in a joking manner. You know, I saw people starting to post pictures. You know, Zimbabweans, they joke with everything, and I don't like that. You know, it's not right. You know, we're going to see jokes all over. You know, jokes are flooding social media, joking about an issue that is making Zimbabweans suffer, that is making Zimbabweans die, that is making Zimbabweans get into jail. We have people that have been arrested because they were being accused of falsely accusing the government of being corrupt. But now the evidence is there. And then some people start joking. I saw yesterday people posting pictures of police officers, vasina butsu, vaine boots dzakabenda, and they start saying, gold. That's not what we want, Zimbabweans. We don't want jokes. We cannot be joking about issues like this. These issues affect us. They affect our lives. They affect our livelihoods. They are going to affect our children. They are going to affect our children's children. And we are joking about it. This is the time for us to have a serious conversation about this country. It's a time for us to have a serious conversation about the future of our country. We, our generation, is a lost generation. We have lost everything, but we cannot allow the next generation to lose everything the way we have lost. So, ngativhurei maziso vana veZimbabwe. And I don't know how we're going to do this, but we need to get this message across the length and breadth of Zimbabwe. Every corner of Zimbabwe must know the word. Let's not sugarcoat it. The word, the key word is vanhu ava imbavha, vanhu ava vanoba, vanhu ava vauraya nyika. Those are the magic words that should go out there, so that munhu ari kumusha ari kuenda kunonyoresa kuvhota ari kunovhota achiziva kuti kana akavhotera ZANU-PF ari kuvhotera umbavha ihwohwo kuti hurambe huchienderera mberi. If you vote ZANU-PF, you are voting for more corruption. If you vote for ZANU-PF, you are voting for more looting. If you vote ZANU-PF, you are voting for more suffering for the people of Zimbabwe. We need to get the message out there in all languages. You know, I like what I saw. You know, some of our reporters in Change Radio doing. Leo, if you can play that clip where someone is already speaking in nevene, and if you have the Shona version as well, let's play it. This is what we want to see Zimbabweans doing. Let's not leave it to Change Radio only. Let's not leave it to certain individuals. Make sure you're doing something on your own. If you are here, you're listening, you can make videos, you can edit videos, you can cut videos, you can do something technologically. Get in touch with us or do it yourself. Do it wherever you are. But if you want to work with Change Radio, if you want to work with ZimEye, if you want to work with us, we'll give you something to do. We need this information. We need this corruption to be known by everyone. Saka ngainyorwe neShona, ngainyorwe neChindevere, ngainyorwe neChimanyika, ngainyorwe. Toda kuti vanhu vaite majokes ekutaura zviri kuitwa nevanhu vari kubamara. Kwete majokes anoda kuti vanhu vabve kubva kune nyaya iri kutaurwa yekubiwa kuri kuitwa mari dzedu. Let's joke about this. Let's have competitions about this. Let's have challenges about this. But highlighting. If we are going to have tumadrama tichita tumadrama, but tinenge tichiratidza kubiwa kuri kuitwa mari. That's what we are encouraging our artists. Ana Cooksman vachiimba nezviri kuitwa izvi nekubiwa kuri kuitwa izvi. You know, just like what Thomas Mapfumo was doing. He was singing what was happening at that time. You saw the song that we started with, Corruption. It was saying a long time ago, but it's still speaking to the situation that is happening today. Leo, if you can play that Ndebele clip and maybe Shona one if you have it.
To launder money. They offer to help Mr. Stanley.
What would normally happen is we'd bank the gold, get the US dollars and fly it home to Zimbabwe.
Instead, Mr. Stanley is told to set up a gold trading company and bank account in Dubai. He can now get a license to import gold into the United Arab Emirates.
You're going to tell the bank that we're going to be trading in commodities or gold. The money will come to that account all the time.
They place clean money from the official sale of gold into Mr. Stanley's account.
You show that it's imported legally. You show that you sold it to a refinery and the money got paid in the bank account. It's very clean that way.
And now you have access to that money. That's your money.
Indaba eziqhakathekileyo ekuphendulweni kokutshontshwa kwegolide eZimbabwe okugoqela ukutshontshwa kwalo lisiyathengiselwa elizweni leDubai lokuhlanganiselana lokutshontshwa kwezimali. Izihulukuqu ezinkulu ezinobugebengu ekutshontshweni kwegolide zihlanganisela uKamlesh Patni, u-Ewan Macmillan, uHenrietta Rushwaya, uProphet Hubert Angel, uSimon Rutland, iFidelity Printers and Refineries, i-Airport Workers, i-Private Jet Operators and Commercial Flights. Izikhulukuqu zokutshontshwa kwegolide zivume ngaphambi kwe-Aljazera ukuba bezitshontsha kanjani igolide zilisa kwamanye amazwe ngemva kokuba i-Aljazera isikhiphe imfanekiso yabo kumathelevishini besemsebenzini betshontsha igolide. Bavumile kabanzi ukuthi bebelitshontsha kanjani leli golide.
Volume. Yeah, the volume was a little bit low there, but we'll try to play it again. Barbara, you can go ahead.
Yeah, but on my side, the volume was okay. That's wonderful work there, Chief. This is what we are trying to do, Chief. That everyone gets the message. You are also going to do in Tonga, Chitonga, Kalanga as well, all the languages. We are going to try by all means, courtesy of Change Radio, so that people get to understand exactly what's happening. Because when you tell vanambuya kumamisha vanoda kutsanangurirwa zvakazara chifu vamere sivachasisere ugogo vemakaya into ezenziwa ukukuruzi obenziwa yiZANU-PF. So lapha besilitshengisa indaba le eAljazera silitshengisa kumbe sibhale ngesindebele ukwenzela ukuthi abantu bonke phela bazwisise ukuthi nxa sithi iZANU igcwele amasela, uMnangagwa walisela, abantu bakhe ngamasela. So liyazibonela ke, lizibonele iAljazera yakhipha izinto ezimqoka, izinto ezenzakalayo, ukutshontshwa, ubusela, ubugwelegwele obenziwa yiZANU-PF. So sizaqhubeka ke silinika indaba leyo ukuthi kuyini okuzabe kusenzakala. Siyakwazi ukuthi abantu bazondile kakhulu, kodwa nxa sizonda asizondeni, kodwa sibe lokuthi phambilini kuyini esifuna ukuthi sikwenze andubana sesizuze umbiko lowo onje ozwisa ubuhlungu kangaka, Chief.
Yes, that's where we're going now. We don't want to discuss these things and then we just end up on discussions. We are a solution center at Change Radio. We also want to provide solutions, and this is where we are now. One of the solutions or the way forward is what you saw the Change Radio reporter doing, breaking down everything in vernacular so that people understand what is happening in their country. Yeah, we also want to break down the amounts that have been stolen that are close to $1 billion. And then we look at what could have been done by that $1 billion. $1 billion can build roads, state-of-the-art roads. Those spaghetti roads that a lot of people, especially those in ZANU-PF, will be telling you that they can't be built. Chamisa is lying. He's not going to be able to build those roads. It is possible to build the spaghetti roads, considering the amount of money that is being misappropriated, considering the amount of money that is being looted. That money is able to build 3-4 state-of-the-art highways in Zimbabwe. And Zimbabwe is a very small country. That $1 billion that has been looted by Emmerson Mnangagwa and ZANU-PF could have built hospitals, state-of-the-art hospitals, and ensured that in hospitals there are drugs, our nurses are well paid, our doctors are not going out of the country, they are well paid in Zimbabwe. That $1 billion could have built schools, state-of-the-art schools, state-of-the-art universities, and children will be able to access modern educational facilities through all this money. This is possible because that's the sum total of the money that has been stolen by Emmerson Mnangagwa and ZANU-PF. So I want to break all this down and put it, to closer to what people know, what people understand, using their own languages, using people that they know. So let's do this together. I will repeat this again. If you want to work with us, want to work with Change Radio on the technical department, and you want to be making short videos, you want to be editing videos, you want to be cutting videos, you want to be doing something that will educate our voters, that will educate Zimbabweans, please do come through. Go to our website, go to our social media pages on Twitter, on Facebook, and you can even text me, myself, namba yangu yakazara everywhere. You can even come to my messenger or Facebook, wherever, or even on my Twitter, Barbara's Twitter, Leo's Twitter, and put your name there that you want to volunteer to do something about this. Because and you also know that we do not have money to pay, professionals or people that can do this easily. So we use volunteers. At Change Radio, we use volunteers. We have over 70 volunteers across the country, across the world. And we want more, especially now. There's demand for technical people so that we can spread what is happening right now. So that's point number one that we're going to do together, solution number one. Number two, we want to see demonstrations across the world. Let's have demonstrations in North America. Let's have demonstrations in South Africa. Let's have demonstrations in Botswana. Let's have demonstrations in Zambia. Let's have demonstrations in Germany. Everywhere where you can put your name there. If you want to volunteer, please send your name to that number, +467 0026 0384. That's the Change Radio HR number. So please send your name right now so that you can contribute to your country by volunteering. So I was saying, let's have demonstrations everywhere where Zimbabweans are. Every country, every place, wherever Zimbabweans are. Let's make the world know that we are not happy about what is happening in Zimbabwe. It's one thing to ask for help from America, from UK, from SADC, from UN, from other countries. And it's another thing to show your anger, to express your anger, to tell the same organizations, to show the same countries that you are not happy about what is happening in the country. When they see that you are not happy, when organizations, when other countries see that you are not happy about what is happening in your country and you are speaking out, I'm telling you, you get people that will want to come and help, that will want to come and work with Zimbabwe. So we want to see demonstrations across the country to express our anger and our disgust in this government. And let's demand the resignation of Emerson Mnangagwa, the Danda-head president. Let's demand the resignation of Chiwenga, the deputy Danda-head vice president. Let's demand the resignation of everyone who has been involved in this, the ministers, and we leave Hubert Angel to his people, to those that he minister to. We leave it to him. We don't care about Hubert Angel. Hubert Angel is a small fish to us. We don't care about him. We want the big fish. We want those that are giving him instructions. Let's do this, guys. Barbara. You're on mute.
I was speaking on mute, Chief. I was
thinking that it was me here.
Yeah, I was speaking whilst I was on mute. I was saying, I read Pomirai Duve's comment which says, Chief and others, Makasimba here, zvakaoma zvinoitika munyika medu. Yes, zvakaoma, but we should do something. I was also thinking, Chief Kuti, Isusu, the people in the diaspora, I think we should also lobby for these people's businesses or accounts to be frozen. because it's our money that they are banking in other countries. We need to do a research where their assets are, and we need to make noise wherever their assets are, Chief, so that they can be frozen. They have to be frozen, Chief. I know there is a way. We can do something, and also those people in Zim, they can also do something. But at the moment, Mnangagwa must go. This is the message. Mnangagwa must go. Mnangagwa and the whole system. So guys, register to vote. Tell your friend to tell a friend. Tell your relative to tell a relative. Your children, are they registered to vote? Tell them to register to vote so that they can vote for change. Tinosvikepi, honestly, tinosvikepi. With all this gold, Chief, all this money, we are still poor. Wakambozviona kupi kuti we are labeled poor when we are rich. We are rich as a country, but the people are poor. You know, the country has got so many resources. This is all about gold, Chief. How about my diamonds? How about platinum? How about lithium? All those minerals. How many minerals are being sold out of the country and the money is disappeared? And the illicit financial flows. How much is being taken out of the country that we are supposed to be benefiting, that's supposed to be benefiting the Zimbabweans? This is so sad, honestly. We really need to do something.
Yes, we need to do something. We have already said two things that we are supposed to do, you know, to spread the message. Let's do this. Let's not leave it to Triple C. I know I saw something that you know, I wasn't expecting to and even heard what I wasn't expecting to hear on Twitter, where people were now saying Chamisa this, Chamisa that, Chamisa should do this. You know, why should it be Chamisa? Why should it be left to Triple C? It's we have so many opposition parties. We have so many political leaders in Zimbabwe. You know, Zimbabweans should not, you know, should stop this, you know, notion of, you know, moving responsibility, you know, to other people, outsourcing the things that you're supposed to be doing to other people. Do something yourself. This is something that you can do. This is something that you can help stop. You can actually stop this as a Zimbabwean citizen, and you can actually do something about it. When we are saying spread the message so that it gets to the rural areas, that doesn't need President Chamisa to do that. It needs you to do something about it. It needs you to talk to your relatives, to talk to your friends, to talk to your people in Zimbabwe, to do something, to make a flyer, to make a video and send it out there in vernacular, in your language, and post it. And you just taking that video or poster and you post it in your community group, you post it in your family group. There are people right now who haven't spoken about this issue to their family members. You shouldn't be doing that. Talk to your family members about this. If there's a flyer out there that is talking about it, if there's a video out there that is talking about it, please make sure you share that video in your family group. Family group, politics, my church group, politics, group politics, but politics is everywhere. Politics is in church. Politics is in your family. Politics is affecting, you know, the prosperity of your church. Politics is affecting the livelihoods of your family. Politics is affecting everything. It affects everything that you do. So no matter what you say, that you don't want to see people posting politics in your group, politics is busy posting itself, you know, in your life, you know, everywhere where you are. That is what is happening. You don't do politics, but politics is busy doing you right now. So this is not politics at all. It's life. It's life itself. If someone is stealing money that is supposed to be building a hospital, that's life. If someone is stealing, looting gold, looting minerals that are supposed to be building the school that your children are supposed to be going to, the universities that your children are supposed to be going to. That's beyond politics. That's more than politics. That's your life. That's people's livelihoods. That's people's lives. So you can't say you don't want to get involved. You should get involved. Everyone should get involved. Let's find something that we can do about this. Let's not point fingers at certain individuals, certain people. Yes, as a party, Triple C need to do something about this. They will play their part. They need to play their part. And we will say it right here, right now, that they need to play their part. But so do Jacob Ngaruvume and his political party. So do everyone who has a political party in Zimbabwe. We want to see them talking about this, but not just talking about this, but also doing something about this. The so-called Chapman, savior of Zimbabwe, Chapman Mkaradi, Mkaradi for ED. We need him to be doing something about it. You need him to be talking about it. If he's serious that he wants to save Zimbabwe, that he has Zimbabwe's best interest at heart, then he needs to be doing something about this. It's not about Triple C. Let's all get involved. Let's all do something about this. So that's what we need to do. Number two, we said we're going to demonstrate. We need demonstrations everywhere across the world. Let's make sure we demonstrate. Even in Zimbabwe, let's make sure kana chimburenga chacho chitotanga izvozvi. Kana my elections achitadza kuitwa, ngaatadze kuitwa because of things like this, because this is important. This is huge. We can't keep quiet. We can't look, just look around and say, you know what, it will pass, because that's what Zimbabweans always do. Something happens and we just look around, and before you know it, it's over. And Zimbabweans, ZANU-PF are busy mocking us. Ndatoona kama kapasta kacho kekuno kachitobvunza kuti zvino muchaita sei. Is that what you want to be asked as a Zimbabwean? Uchibvunzwa nemunhu ari kuba mari every day, passion Java, ari kutobvunza kuti zvino muchaita sei? And surely zvino muchaita sei? Let's do something about it. If we remain quiet, these people will keep stealing. They will keep looting. And I'm telling you right now, what you saw in the Aljazera documentary is just a tip of the iceberg. That's just about gold. And like Barbara was saying, what about lithium? What about the other minerals? What about other things that are being given away by Emmerson Mnangagwa and ZANU-PF? Our country is gone. Our country is gone to the dogs. And if we do not act, I'm telling you, we'll be left with no country to defend. We've been left with no country to talk about. Barbara, if you don't stop me, I'll go on and on.
You can go on and on and on and on. Chikuri message. Kuti yataurwa nani hazvina basa. Kana svai rasvika, tinongofanira kuriomberera. Yes, I think we've said it all, Chief. We really need to do something. Mina lawe silomsebenzi, iweneni tine basa. Is this not the thing for the opposition? It's for all the citizens. Ndezvevanhu vese izvi. Mari iri kubiwa ndeyedu, imali yechonjwa yedu. So kufuze sibone ukuthi siyabambana, siyenze something. Asibone nini ukuthi uhulumende wamasela lo kaphenduki. Okuhle ngedocumentary le ukuthi ama-elections, lo nyaka kulama-elections. So ukuzonda kwenu mthwakazi kumele likutshengisele kuma-elections. Asisafuni ukuze umuntu ekhuluma ukuthi khona ama-elections kancedi. Wara ayanceda ama-elections. Abantu bamele bayevota. Sikhipheni uhulumende lo wamasela lo. Asizame nini ukuthi sibone ukuthi khona umbiko lo uyafika ebantwini. IZANU-PF yayisala ukuthi yona abasomasela ingaphi evidence. Nansi evidence esibuyelayo. Bezikhulumela ngokwabo. Chief, someone was asking me ukuthi, does it mean kuti our intelligence is dead? How can Al Jazeera plant their people, plant their cameras without the intelligence picking it up? How the Hubert Angel anza no predictor ma score lines ano namatira wanu He's a prophet, but he failed. The spirit failed to tell him that you are being recorded. What you are saying, you are being recorded. Can't you see, Dandahead, that you are being recorded? Why? He's a Dandahead. That pastor, that prophet is a Dandahead for sure, Chief. Yeah, he was speaking, not knowing that he was being recorded. That's the reason why they want to throw him under the bus now, because they cannot deny it. Now they want to silence, maybe to get rid of him. And we know, Chief, that even if they get rid of him, it's just getting rid. We know they do catch and release. They catch and then they release. He's going to be arrested, but he won't go into jail. He'll be at his home. He'll be having his passport. He will still be trading. He'll still be doing these illicit gold dealings. You know, we know that, Chief. We know that. So many people who stole our monies, our pensions. Priska Mfumira stole our NASA money. She's still walking free. We know this former Minister of Health who stole COVID money, and he's still walking scot-free. But we've got Job Scala. Job Scala didn't steal any gold, didn't do any shoddy dealings. Job Scala was only representing more blessing, early, and he was arrested. He's still arrested. Job Scala out of 1 year, Jerry. Nothing, no trial, no bail, Chief. You know, this is so sad. How the judiciary is captured. It's very, very sad.
Yeah, indeed, it's very sad. And you touched on the last solution that we want to give to this issue. What we should do as Zimbabweans? Right now, there's a voter registration blitz that is going on. This is where you need to go and empty your anger. Atino vanongoshatirwa waya pasocial media, where woskopopota popota pa Twitter, wopopota popota pa Facebook, wopopota popota pa WhatsApp, zvoperera ipapo. Do something. Do something. Inini ndichibva pakupopota izvo, so I'm already doing something. Ndakutonotaura nefamily yangu vaenda kunoregister kuvhota. Because inini wacho I'm a registered voter already, you know. Saka that's something that you need to do right now. Go and register to vote. If you're in Zimbabwe, make sure you're a registered voter. If you're in South Africa, in Zambia, you're in Malawi, you're in Botswana, you're in Swaziland, you have no excuse. You have no excuse. You need to go and register to vote. If you can't go and register to vote, make sure you're doing something to your family, to your community, to your village, to make sure that they are registered to vote. That's one easy way we can get rid of this regime, of these looters. If we don't register to vote, we are throwing away our right, you know, our mandate to remove these people through the ballot box. And that's the only way we can do it, you know, through demonstrations, through going and exercising our right, you know, to elect leaders that serve the country better. But if you are not a registered voter, you don't have that right. You're throwing away that right. In other words, you're throwing away your voice. You can't speak up. We don't want you know, my social, my keyboard warriors, my keyboard warriors. Because we popota every day, but they're not doing something about it. Popota, yes. Be a keyboard warrior. I am a keyboard warrior. I don't refuse that. I am a keyboard warrior, but I do act. I act. After and have a pan pa keyboard pan, after and have a pan behind the camera, after and have a pan pa social media, I'm going to do something about it. Believe you me, I will not go there and keep quiet. I will not go there and say, I've done my part, I've spoken on Facebook, I've spoken on Change Radio. No, I will do something. I'll still make sure that I'm doing something about it. That's the level of sacrifice, level of commitment that we want to see every Zimbabwean doing right now. So let's do what we need to do. Let's get people registered And after that, let's begin to educate our people. Let's begin to tell them what is happening in the country. Let's begin to tell them, in the language that they understand, using people that they understand, that we are where we are because of these looters. We are suffering today because of Emmerson Mnangagwa and the people that he's working with to loot the country. We need to get this message to everyone, to every corner of Zimbabwe. And for us to do that, we need you to commit right now that you're going to do it. If you can't, then join us, and we'll give you a way to do it. We'll give you something to do that will help the situation, that will help spread the message. Look at that money, $1.2 million. These people, they play with the US dollars. US dollars, it's not what's a $1. But in Zimbabwe, exactly, it's US dollars. You can go ahead and play the video, Leo.
Video, yeah, Cooksman.
Yeah, go ahead and play it.
Instead of $1.2 million, he brings less than 100,000.
We have to officially declare at the airport. This is the airport declaration.
He leaves the bulk of the money from the sale of gold in Dubai.
Customer declaration.
The flight number, you can see that. Yeah.
Patney now has insufficient funds for the next round of gold buying. In order to keep his export license, he's required to buy gold from small-scale miners.
Now he needs more money to buying gold in Harare. So he collects from market.
Patney makes up the shortfall from the Hawala market.
That's not Cooksman, right?
Leo. I like that video by Cooksman. He was highlighting the plight of the youth. Kuti mayouth vari kurwadziwa. Hanzi anondinakidza painopera video akuchema mani. Hanzi muchationa, hanzi tosangana kuballot box. That's the spirit that we want, Chief Kuti. My youth, they are more than 63%, and my youth kana akavhota anomubvisa Mnangagwa. Sati tatombowerenga vana mai. So youth should also mobilize each other, Chief. This brings to me another issue, Chief, where you are seeing the youth being dragged, being given these midoriros. And I am starting to think these drugs, they are also being brought by this mafia, Chief, so that they can occupy the youth. So it could be those are the same people that are bringing in the drugs.
Barbara, I'm just looking at something here. I was trying to see whether we are on Facebook, and Promise Sunday, one of our activists here, is saying Atina Mushapa Nyika. And we live in Zimbabwe Private Limited. Ndofunga takatotengeswa kare tese zvedu atina mushapa nyika.
You should send him. You must send him Cooksman's song.
Henrietta Rushware heads Zimbabwe's Miners Federation. She's also the president's niece.
I got my people here. Hey, shut up and listen. Let's talk business. We'll talk about our stories later. Let's talk business. We want to just get gold. The other deals that we normally do with the people, like the one we did in Dubai, where they also want to invest in gold and buy gold, maybe send a private jet, pick some gold every week.
No, that's okay. Just do it, bro.
So they're taking 100 kilos every week. Okay. Okay. But why, how many?
There's something playing in the background, Leo. You didn't play Cooksman. There's something playing in the background, Leo. You didn't play Cooksman. There's something playing in the background, Leo. You didn't play Cooksman.
Well,
yeah. Yeah, Ram.
Okay, we'll try to play that video some other time. But Barbara, is we finish. Let's close with some deliverables here, things that we need to do. Just summarize what we need to do as Zimbabweans in reaction to this documentary. We don't want to joke about it, and we don't want people to make jokes about this, because this is about our lives, and we want to be people of action. Let's begin to act right now. Before we have even seen episode 2 and episode 3, I think this is good enough to make everyone angry. If you are not angry right now, I don't know what will make you angry.
Yeah. So we said we should, each one of us chief should be able to spread the news of this gold smuggling, the thievery by ZANU-PF. People should know all over, and we're trying to translate the film into all the languages. And so far we've got Shona and we've got Ndebele. We are going to have it in Kalanga, in Tonga, Chitonga, so that everyone is not left. We should not leave no one behind. This is a citizens thing. It's not a CCC thing. It's not a Chamisa thing. We are all suffering here because of this illicit financial flows. So let's take our part. Let's register to vote, guys, and vote in our numbers. We can remove these thieves by in the ballot box by votes. And we should also spearhead the campaign. Yukuti Mnangagwa must go. He must go until the elections. Chief, do hashtag yedu. We have to, and that's powerful. Mnangagwa has to go. We have to remind them. Whatever it should be followed by this mantra. Yukuti he must go. He's failed the country. Even if they are saying there are sanctions. They are selling the gold, but they are not doing anything. People are starving, people are dying, and yet they are sitting pretty. Wakarwara, they go overseas to get help, to seek medical attention. But why don't they get help? Why don't they get treated in Zimbabwean hospitals? Because they know there's nothing. There are no drugs. The hospitals are dilapidated. Even the private hospitals are affected, Chief. They are closing. West End Clinic is closed. The Premier that locals in the hospitals, the Premier Medical Aid Society, they are closed. Nothing is there. You can't a private sector they know those ones shut down.
Yeah. So Zimbabweans, let's act. The call to act is out there, but right now, please do talk to everyone in Zimbabwe to register to vote, so that in August we'll go, all of us en masse, and remove this looting government. We need to get rid of Emmerson Mnangagwa, and everywhere where we are, let's continue to demand the resignation of Emmerson Mnangagwa and his looting partners. How do we do that? Let's have demonstrations everywhere. Let's have demonstrations across the world. And you, at an individual level, spread the word, spread the message, make a poster, make a video. And if you can't do it alone, come and join Change Radio volunteers. And we'll tell you what to do. We can even train you if you don't know what to do. But everyone should be doing something about what is going on. Thank you so much, Zimbabweans, for joining. We'll meet again in other programs. We'll be live tomorrow again on our usual day, usual time, Padare na Mambo Sose. And then on Sunday, we'll bring you news review. But as for now, we say thank you. God bless you. Let's keep spreading the word. Leo in the background, thank you so much. And to all our viewers and listeners that were with us here on Zimai, on Change Radio, we appreciate you. Let's keep up the good work. Thank you. Goodbye. Chief Sose.
Bye.